haven't been in yet to check her out, but they've moved her from where she was parked, so I'm assuming the batteries are okay. Oh, it's been so long. Let's see if she's okay. Seemingly no mice as yet. Still looks like it's in working order. It's amazing how much you forget. I thought I would remember what I'd left in the van and all that kind of thing, but I just didn't. First things first, we need to get the power plugged in, the gas turned on, and the heating on. Fortunately, it's not raining. It's quite a nice day today. It's currently 7.5 degrees. The thermostat says it's been down to -4 and up to 35. -4 is not too bad. We did drain it all down, so obviously we need to close all the valves, get some water in the system, get the heating on. If I can remember how anything works, I need to get the drain down plugs closed. It's amazing how quickly you forget how things work. We left all the mattresses propped up and things like that so that they wouldn't get wet or damp or anything. So let's see, have I still got this one open or did I close it back down? I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, that's closed. Okay, so I'm going to flush it through because obviously it's been standing dry. So we will put water in and empty it out again as well. Close the taps back down. And the shower tap I think is up as well. That back down. Right, so the outside locker. We got the keys, Doug? Let's go turn that tap on, off. The opposite of what it is now anyway. So that's in this one here, I think. The one inside is shut down. Okay, so closed is horizontal, it's vertical at the minute. So could you push that down, please? The yellow one. You can reach. Blue one's closed, yellow one's in the horizontal now. I don't know if you can see that. That is now closed. Yep. And then I'm going to turn the gas back on. You can have the heating on electric without water in the boiler, but we're going to fill it up and drain some water through the system a little bit first because it's been dry, and go and put a bit of water in. There's a tap just round here. Okay. Key, you got the key? It's inside, is it? Hold that. Okay, right. Turn her on. The engine battery is down to 12.2, which I think is still okay. The leisure batteries are actually still at 13 because we've had the solar panels on, obviously. Engine should be alright. I mean, it's obviously started after months of standing still. Let's get this back open again. I better double check it's not pouring out anywhere. So it's definitely going in. I'll just go double check it. It's not pouring out underneath anywhere, is it? Right. Just check it's not pouring out under, make sure I've closed the valve properly. We've put a little bit in, so I am just going to let that back out. I know that seems counterintuitive. So that's just draining out a little bit now. There's only a bit in anyway, but I just wanted to get rid of a bit of the sort of lime scale at the bottom. And then when that's gone out, we'll put some more in and bleed the air out of all the pipes in the van, get the taps on running. And now I'm going to put a bit of Aquasol into the tank with the water, just to treat the water, just in case there's any nasties in it. So the other thing you need to check is your Aldi, and it should be pink. You see, it's only there, and it should be a minimum here. That's for your central heating pipes in the van, so that needs topping up to at least minimum. Hopefully we've got some in the garage. Doug's just having a quick look. Just got to pour some of that fluid in, just up to the minimum. How much have we got? I've got another bottle, that's good.
Oh, there's that none in it.
Where does it go? That's what baffles me, is where it actually disappears to. Because it can't drain out. It's in the closed system. It must just evaporate or something. So I've put a bit more than minimum if there is some. So now you can see we're just above minimum. It should be between the minimum and the maximum. Obviously if there's any air blocks in the pipes and we draw it through, and there are a lot of pipes in this van, I think there are like 14 bleed valves, then we're going to have to get some more. When you heat up the central heating, obviously this expands, so that will go up a little bit as long as there's no air blocks. So fingers crossed. It's my understanding, and having had a little refresher of the book, that you need to turn the pump on. We have now got water in the system. And then to draw water into the boiler, you turn your tap to hot and lift. And that should be drawing water into the boiler. It will eventually, she says, start spluttering. You can hear water. You can hear gurgling in the pipe. Oh, here we go. Right, so that's drawn water into the boiler and up through the tap. Obviously it won't be hot because the heating is not on, but at least that's drawn water through, and you're supposed to run it until it stops spluttering. It's not actually spluttering, it was just gurgling. So now we'll try the bathroom tap. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't take the duckboard up really. But right, now we need to do the same with the cold. So switch the tap to cold. Needs to get the air out of the pipes basically. I know it's a waste of water, but the waste tank would need wetting. It'll probably be a bit dry anyway. That one seems alright, not lots of air in that one. Switch to cold. There we go. Right, same with the toilet. It turns it on. It's a bit dried up. Now then, I'm just going to put a bit of the blue concentrated lavender scented one into this one. It's been empty for so long, it needs a bit of something nice, and it doesn't smell too bad considering we've been away, mind. And obviously you add a little bit of water. And just to dilute it, that's it. Right, so fingers crossed. The gas is on, the fridge has turned itself to gas, so the gas must be working. Don't know how much is left, unfortunately. Now to get the actual heating on. So the fridge has turned itself to electricity because I've plugged it back in. Power on, pump on, and then over here, as you can see, it's 10.5 degrees. We now want the heating on. So this is to heat the electricity, that's the hot water. So we'll turn that onto one, and I'm going to also turn the gas on because the gas heats the van much quicker. Electricity is really only used for ticking over, maintaining heat. Gas warms your van much quicker. And the gas is on here. I switched it on to the on position. I don't know what the wattage is on this campsite. I might tick that to 2. And as you can see, we've got priority, and it's priority gas. If you set it to priority electricity, obviously it uses electricity first. We want it to get hot as possible. I think that's it. I'm not going to turn the hot water on yet. I want to get the heating going properly first. So I've been having sleepless nights worrying about whether or not the batteries would be flat, because it has literally stood outside for 6 months. Obviously we have got solar panels, but it hasn't been switched on at all. It's not been plugged into anything, so I was starting to panic slightly. Well, I spoke too soon. So I switched all that on, and then it came up with a thing saying gas failure. So Doug's just gone to have a look in the gas locker. It's possible that the changeover system has gone into crash mode or something like that, or we've run out of gas. We don't know, but he's just gone to double check that it's actually switched on. We'll soon find out, because the gas hob won't work either if that's the case. So we're just hoping that this is our problem. I think we forgot to turn these to the vertical. So this one was already vertical and the fridge was working on gas and it was already vertical, whereas these two are horizontal and the boiler wasn't working. That's the cooker, that's the boiler and hot water. So let's try the gas cooker and see, eh? Fingers crossed, everybody. Yay! But I just want to try the heating again, just to see if it's actually working, because it did come up with a gas failure after a few minutes. Let's see if it comes up with any error messages. If it does, we've got a problem. This normally goes red when the gas tank's empty and it's still green, and the thing in the back, the changeover system, has a red and green symbol on it as well for empty and full, and they're still saying green too, so nothing's come up yet. So I'll get the kettle on and see how we go. Of course, the good thing about this hob is we have got an electronic induction ring as well as gas, so if we do run out of gas we can put this on and use the electricity. It hasn't come back on with the gas warning, but also it's not heating up. I mean, the van's heating up because we've got the engine running, but it's not getting warm at the minute, so I don't know. One thing I would say, if you've been away from your van for a while, clean the damn thing before you put all your stuff back in, because we did clean it when we left it and it is covered in a very fine film of smeg, basically. It's just dust basically that's gathered, even though nobody's been in it. But yeah, so we've just wiped obviously where all the ledges are, where the LEDs are and things like that. So we've wiped out all the clothes covers before we put the clothes in. And yeah, Doug's just cleaning out under the drawer because we put the Aldi fluid in and obviously it's heated up and expanded a little bit, and there was a little bit of an airlock just under the sink in one of the pipes and it was dripping slightly. So he's tightened it back up and he's just cleaning out underneath the sink, which was also absolutely filthy too. So it's absolutely pouring with rain, as it always is when we're in our van. It's been beautiful until we got here. But we've cleaned all the window ledges, all around the lights, all around the tops of the cupboards and things. Yeah, I cleaned the fridge and put the food away, but just waiting for the cupboards to dry in the back and then we can put all our clothes away, and then I'm going to make another cup of tea. I will link all the products that I mentioned in this video in the description. They're things that we use on a regular basis, and the HEOS solution attachment for the end of your hose is really great because you plug it in. You don't have to hold a hose or a watering can or anything like that, so that's really useful and relatively cheap. I think they're about £15–16, something like that. So if you did enjoy this video and it was useful to you, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you did, why not check this out?